Everybody, here again at Away Again Travels, Nona and Bop are on the way to the Unclaimed Baggage Store. I cannot tell you how excited I have been to come see this place. I hear about it a lot, and I'm excited to check it out and to share it with y'all.
And I hear that they've, in the past, had some really good deals on stuff people leave on planes. Probably some stuff I've left on a plane, if I'm honest. So we're excited to see it, check it out. We'll take some video inside, tell you what we think.
Hey everybody, we just got out of the Unclaimed Baggage Store in Scottsboro, Alabama, and I'm super excited about some of the things I found, but I also want to tell you some of the ins and outs of what I thought of the store. So one of the good finds that I found was this weekender bag from Solgaard. Has super cool pockets. I think it's going to be a really great travel. When you travel as much as me and Bob, it's hard to always know and have the right bag, and I love this one. I'll show it to you later, all the inside pockets and whatnot, but right now I just want to tell you the ins and outs of the store. I did find a lot of great things and a lot of great brands, a ton of sunglasses and tablets and Kindles and chargers and things like that. So I was a little amazed about all that and kind of sad thinking about all the people that left their stuff. However, not everything was overly great price. They obviously know their brand names here. But I did find that this was a good price, so I'm not saying there's no good prices, but there was definitely some high-end items and high-end brands that were priced high-end too. So again, if you're a thrifter, then maybe that might not be the best thing for you, but if you are someone that likes to find good deals on high-end brands and stuff, I found it to be fun and exciting. However, I was a little overwhelmed. There probably was 200 or more pairs of Ray-Ban sunglasses. So of course I tried on a bunch and I ended up not getting any. It was just a little much. One thing I thought was kind of interesting, you would think in a store of unclaimed baggage, right, you would see a lot of suitcases. I was thinking, oh, with all the travel we do, I need to find a good suitcase, right? No, didn't find hardly any suitcases. And the few that we did find, they were not good prices. So nah, didn't go for that, but I am happy with my find of my weekender bag, so that'll be fun, and I'll show it to you later on a different video.
All right, we just got out of this Unclaimed Baggage Store here in Scottsboro, Alabama, and this store is world famous. It's got everything you can possibly imagine. One of the things that I thought was kind of weird is that for a baggage store, I thought the thing they'd have the most of would be suitcases and backpacks and bags and all of the above. But guess what? That's like the least of what they had in there. There were a few maybe of the best suitcases that they get, but there weren't a lot of that. So if you're looking for luggage, strangely enough, the Unclaimed Baggage Store is not the place to go. And in fact, when I checked out their baggage, some of the bags I looked at, I was kind of interested in some bags because we travel so much, but I realized I can get bags on Amazon for about the same price, so I didn't do that. Now, there's so many different sections. So, of course, there's every kind of clothing article in the world, but don't expect to go in here and it's like thrift store prices. They know their brands. So, if you go through, you'll see one pair of jeans that's like $4, and you'll see another pair of jeans that's like $40 because they know their brands. What's really interesting is they have a lot of high-end things. So I love watches. I went over and I saw several Omegas. They had a couple Rolexes. They had some Breitlings and they had some Omegas and also a Tag Heuer that I thought was interesting. Well, I had them pull them out of there for me. And sure enough, the Tag Heuer was like $1,300, and I think new that one's maybe $1,600. So it wasn't really, you're not really getting crazy bargains. Now, I thought the most interesting part of the whole store was the electronics section. I have never seen so many used Kindles in my entire life. Now, if you go into the electronics section, they tell me that everything in there has been tested to work. And it has two different stickers. One is either going to have a blue sticker or a green sticker. And they said if it has the green sticker, then it's really been tested and it seems to be pretty high quality. Almost like new, not quite like new because everything's used, of course. But then if it has a green sticker, it's maybe a little bit more worn. But the guys who work there in electronics said that they test everything. I've also never seen so many Nintendo Switches. They were everywhere. If you need a new phone, they had all sorts of Galaxy phones. They had iPhones. They had every kind of headphone you can imagine in that electronics section. They had laptop computers, including Apple computers, Macintoshes. They also had every kind of different camera equipment that you could want. And so just so many different things. But don't think you're going to come here and just walk away with a steal. Things, I won't say you can't get a good bargain, particularly on things like Kindles where they had like a bazillion of them. But you're not going to get like a bargain basement, get it for a steal kind of deal. So keep that in mind. But it is kind of an experience in and of itself to go through the Unclaimed Baggage Store. So come and check it out. They also had a little snack bar. Nora was going through and she was kind of being slow in the women's section, so I went and got a sandwich and a drink and worked out really good. So they have all sorts of stuff here. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere in a little bitty old town, but it's really fun to come to.